students, welcome again in the next topic from organic chemistry. Actually it is the part of bioorganic chemistry. The topic is biomolecules. This is the topic. Initial introduction of this topic is, first we have to study the definition of biomolecules. Biomolecules are the lifeless compounds or the lifeless chemicals which when combined in a proper proportion they develops the life as well as they maintains the life. Such chemicals are called as a biomolecules. म्हणजे काय तर हे लाइफलेस कंपाउंड्स आहेत, केमिकल्स आहेत, पण ही ज्या वेळेला एका प्रॉपर प्रपोर्शन मध्ये कंबाइन होतील त्यावेळेला त्यांच्यापासून लाइफ डेव्हलप होईल ॲज वेल ॲज लाइफ मेंटेन केलं जाईल. असे जे आहे त्यांना आपण बायोमॉलिक्युल्स म्हणतो. त्यानंतरचा पार्ट आहे जे आपल्याला स्टडी करण्यासाठी आपल्या सिलेबसमध्ये जो पार्ट आहे याचे कोणते कोणते बायोमॉलिक्युल्स आपल्याला स्टडी करण्यासाठी आहेत तर आपल्याला कार्बोहायड्रेट्स, प्रोटीन्स, एन्झाईम्स, न्यूक्लिक ॲसिड्स एवढा पार्ट स्टडी करण्यासाठी आहे. ॲक्च्युली बायोमॉलिक्युल्स भरपूर अवेलेबल आहेत. नॉर्मली बायोमॉलिक्युल्स आर क्लासिफाइड इंटू टू टाइप्स. फर्स्ट वन इज अ सिंपल बायोमॉलिक्युल्स, अनदर आर complex biomolecules. We are going to study in this topic the complex or heavy carbohydrates that are macromolecules, large molecules that we have to study in this topic. Now some biomolecules are, first one is a carbohydrate, second one is a protein, third one is a lipid, vitamins, hormones, nucleic acids, enzymes, etc. are the different biomolecules which are the complex biomolecules, and simple biomolecules are the water or salts which are present in our diet as well as in our everyday life. These compounds are also necessary for growth of human body or any living organism. Such compounds are called as biomolecules. Now the first biomolecule is carbohydrates. In this word we will get the definition which is actually the traditional definition of this compound. Carbo means carbon, hydra means water. That are the compounds which contains hydrates of carbon. They are called as carbohydrates. This is the traditional definition of carbohydrates. In general, these compounds was represented as CxH2OY. Carbohydrates are generally represented as CxH2OY. And there is no any relation between X and Y. X and Y may or may not be same. ते सेम असतील किंवा डिफरंट असतील किंवा त्यांच्यामध्ये कोणत्याही प्रकारचं रिलेशन असणार नाही. These are the carbohydrates. Now, actual definition of these carbohydrates. In this definition, we have to consider some important words which must be present in your answer when you are writing the definition of carbohydrates. Some important words in this definition are carbohydrates are optically active, polyhydroxy groups means number of hydroxyl groups are present, they contains either aldehydic functional group or ketonic functional group in their molecule, and on hydrolysis these compounds again forms the polyhydroxy aldehydes or ketones. Such compounds are called as carbohydrates. This is the definition of carbohydrates, that is optically active polyhydroxy aldehydes or ketones which on further hydrolysis produces aldehydes or ketones. Such compounds are called as carbohydrates. This is the definition of carbohydrates. The next part is classification of carbohydrates. We have to classify these carbohydrates. Actually, this classification has different bases on different levels. Now, the first part, carbohydrates are mainly classified into three types. The types are monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides means which are the basic units of carbohydrates, which are the final product of hydrolysis of these polysaccharides and oligosaccharides. Monosaccharides are purely sugars. They are water soluble, they are crystalline in nature, as well as they are sweet in taste. They are called as the monosaccharides. Oligosaccharides are also water soluble, crystalline, and they are sweet in taste. But the another part is polysaccharides. Polysaccharides are the insoluble, amorphous, and tasteless. Such compounds are polysaccharides, or they are also called as non-sugars. Actually, monosaccharides and oligosaccharides are sugars. This classification is on the basis of hydrolysis. These compounds do not undergo hydrolysis, but these both compounds undergoes hydrolysis. These compounds gives limited monosaccharide units on hydrolysis, while these polysaccharides on hydrolysis gives number of monosaccharide units. This is the first base of this classification. Now, first we have to classify the monosaccharides. Now, these are the basic units of carbohydrates, and they are further classified on the basis of the functional groups which are present in their molecules. If in the monosaccharide aldehydic, that means CHO functional group is present, then that monosaccharides are called as aldoses. Due to presence of aldehydic group, they are called as aldoses. While another type is ketoses, that means in their molecule minimum one ketonic group, that means carbonyl group is present in their molecule. Such monosaccharides are called as ketoses. This is the first part. While further aldoses and ketoses are further classified on the basis of number of carbon atoms, that is the next part. Now, oligosaccharides, they are again classified on the basis of hydrolysis. Oligosaccharides on basis of hydrolysis products, they are further classified into three types. They are disaccharides, trisaccharides, and tetrasaccharides. Means disaccharides on hydrolysis, they produces 2 monosaccharide units. Trisaccharides, which on hydrolysis produces 3 monosaccharide units, and tetrasaccharide means that compounds on hydrolysis produces 4 monosaccharide units. These are the three types of oligosaccharides. Now, these polysaccharides or non-sugars are further classified into two types, that are homopolysaccharides and heteropolysaccharides. Homopolysaccharides means these homopolysaccharides on hydrolysis produces number of same monosaccharide units, while another part is heteropolysaccharides, that are the polysaccharides which on hydrolysis produces number of different monosaccharide units. Okay, this is the classification of polysaccharides. This is the second level classification of these monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Now, monosaccharides, next parts aldoses and ketoses, they are further classified on the basis of number of carbon atoms present in their molecules. These aldoses are further classified into 4 types. First one is aldotriose, that are the monosaccharides which contains only 3 carbon atoms in their molecule, aldotriose. Next one is aldotetrose, that means that aldoses contains 4 carbon atoms in their molecules. If 5 carbon atoms are present, aldehyde group is present, then that monosaccharide is called as a aldopentose, while if 6 carbon atoms are present in the molecule, aldehyde group is present, polyhydroxy compound is present, such compound is aldohexose. Now, the examples of these compounds, first one is aldotriose, its example is glyceraldehyde. Next one is aldotetrose, that contains 4 carbon atoms, its name, example of this compound is erythrose. And aldopentose, its example is ribose sugar, aldopentose. And last one is aldohexose, Best example is glucose. Now, another type of monosaccharide is ketosis, and that ketoses are further classified on the same way as like aldoses, that is on the basis of number of carbon atoms present in their molecules. That types are ketotriose, that means it contains 3 carbon atom ketonic group in their molecule. This contains 4 carbons and ketonic group. That compounds are called as ketotetrose. Similarly, if ketonic group as well as 5 carbon atoms in their molecule if present, then they are called as a ketopentose. And final last one, ketohexose, means it contains 6 carbon atoms, polyhydroxy group as well as carbonyl group in their molecule. Now examples of this ketoses, ketotriose, first one is a dihydroxyacetone, that is the example of ketotriose, and only one compound which is optically inactive. That means the part of definition of carbohydrate is they are polyhydroxy compounds, aldehydes, ketones, as well as they are optically active. But one exceptional case is of this ketotriose. Name of the compound is dihydroxyacetone, which is optically inactive. Only one exception. Now ketotetrose, its example is erythrulose. Here it was erythrose, here it is erythrulose. Now similarly, aldopentose example is ribose, ketopentose example is ribulose. Ribulose. Similarly, aldohexose example is glucose, ketohexose best example is fructose. These are the types of monosaccharides with their examples. Now the oligosaccharides, which on the basis of hydrolysis classified into 3 types: disaccharides, trisaccharides and tetrasaccharides. Examples of disaccharides are sucrose, maltose, lactose. Sucrose means cane sugar. All these 3 compounds have the same molecular formula, C12H22O11. This is the molecular formula applicable for all these compounds. We have to study the structures of all these sucrose, maltose and lactose. Next part is trisaccharides. That means on hydrolysis they produces 3 monosaccharide units. Example is raffinose. Its molecular formula is C18H32O16. And last one is a tetrasaccharides. Example is stishose, and its molecular formula is C24H42 and O21. This is the example for tetrasaccharides. Now the last part is polysaccharides. They are classified as homopolysaccharides and heteropolysaccharides. Homopolysaccharides, only 2 examples are there. First one is a starch, another one is a cellulose. Starch is present in the potatoes or rice, which on hydrolysis produces only glucose, alpha D glucose, while another example for homopolysaccharides is cellulose. Cellulose on hydrolysis produces beta D glucose. That means even starch and cellulose both have the same hydrolysis product, but just orientation is different. Alpha and beta, that are the 2 anomers. And heteropolysaccharide, its example is heparin, which on hydrolysis produces number of different monosaccharide units. This is the classification of carbohydrates. I had provided all the parts in detailed form. You take the screenshot whenever I am telling the monosaccharides or disaccharides, polysaccharides. You take the screenshots, or you can write on the notebook. Now the first carbohydrate is glucose. We have to study the glucose in detail. Its molecular formula C6H12O6. Now this glucose is present in blood, urine, grapes, etc. Therefore Glucose is also called as a blood sugar or urine sugar or grape sugar. Now this glucose, it is available in two forms. First one is a dextro form, another one is a levo form. But if we mix this dextro and levo in equal quantity, or if we take the equimolar mixture of this dextro and levo isomer, and if we stand by it for half an hour, then after half an hour that dextro and levo, both the forms converts to dextro. That means levo form also converts to dextro. Hence this glucose is also called as dextrose sugar. This one. These are the different names for glucose. You just have to add the word sugar after this. Blood sugar, urine sugar, grape sugar, dextrose sugar. This is the introduction for glucose. Now this open chain structure of this glucose is like this. Just check the definition of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are optically active compounds. It contains number of hydroxyl group, that means polyhydroxy groups, and they may contain aldehydes or ketones. Just check this for this compound. There is presence of one CHO group, that means aldehyde group, that means this one is a aldose. It contains number of hydroxyl groups like this, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. 5 hydroxyl group, that means it is a polyhydroxy compound. From this C2, C3, C4 and C5, these 4 carbon atoms are chiral carbon atoms, and therefore it is optically active compound, and this is polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone which is optically active. That means definition of carbohydrates fulfilled by the glucose molecule. This is the structure of glucose, which is called as the open chain structure of glucose. Now it is present in two forms, dextro form as well as levo form, from which dextro form is the major product, hence it is called as a dextrose sugar. It is also present in the D and L form, that are the words capital letters D and L form, from which D is the again major product. Okay, how you can identify this D form? That you have to find out the chiral carbon atoms first, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon and this fifth carbon. These are the 4 chiral carbon atoms present in the structure of glucose. Now what you have to consider? You have to consider the lowest chiral carbon atom from this structure, and if the hydroxyl group on lowest chiral carbon atom, if it is present on right hand side, then it is called as a D isomer. If this hydroxyl group is present on left hand side, then it is called as a L form. Mostly D form is there, therefore name of the compound D-glucose. Okay, dextrose form as well as D form, both the forms are there. That means you have to write here positive sign also, D, after that positive sign which is in bracket, D positive glucose. This positive sign indicates the optical activity, dextro form, and this capital D represents the lowest chiral carbon contains hydroxyl group on the right hand side. This is the introductory part for the molecule glucose. We have to study all the methods of preparation of glucose, that means laboratory method of preparation as well as large scale or industrial or commercial method of preparation of glucose. Both the methods we have to study, and after that we have to conclude the open chain structure. That means we have to provide some reactions which represents that glucose has this open chain structure. Okay, that is the next part of this glucose molecule. The remaining part, whatever I told to you, that we will study in our next video. Thank you.